Diana, if you can share, like when you click on present and you can put your desktop in the room and then I can pull it in when we're ready. So welcome everyone. We're going to be doing a panel discussion about a protester panel that happened in Holland recently and about future plans. So come on in, get a drink. You'll probably recognize some of the faces here. I'm dialing in from Florida, USA, and I'm going to be hosting and interviewing these lovely people that just spent a good portion of time getting ready for and participating in a peaceful protest at a Watchtower event. And what we're going to do, we're going to start off by going around the panel and just having everyone introduce themselves, where they're from, what their backstory is, and how they got involved in this kind of work. But first, I wanted Diana, would you be okay with kind of sharing what the event was about and what it was called, and then we can go around and do the intros. You're muted. Did you hear me, Diana?
I didn't.
Could you give like a brief intro of the event? So, and then we'll go around and everyone can introduce their backstory and how they came to be involved in that event.
Well, I'm just a supporter. I didn't do a lot, but I heard from the others that there was going to be a protest in Amsterdam. Actually, from Jonas, who I saw the video of, and I thought, oh, I'm going to call Henry and Sylvia. She's with the foundation as well, and that's how it all started for me. So, but the others did all the work, so I was just there.
And the foundation was when? I mean, the event was when? It was like
20th of April.
So it was a one-day event?
Yes.
It was kind of rainy, I saw from the pictures, right?
Yes. Little rain, little sunshine, little hail.
Oh, I didn't know about the hail. Okay. And the name of the foundation is?
SAWS, the Stichting or Foundation Against Watchtower Shunning.
And that first word, and this was in Holland, so of course it's in Dutch, but they do have mostly English words in there except for the first one, which I misspelled. Sorry. For foundation.
Stichting, yeah, foundation.
All right. Well, yeah, because Diana was sharing lots of pictures with groups that we're in, and I said, this would be really good to interview her and see what it was all about. And then, I said, invite your friends, and so now we have 6 people to kind of share their experience and encouraging us to be more involved. So let's go around the room. I'm going to go in the order that I'm seeing people. So Patrick, I have you first on my little Brady Bunch panel here. Could you give us your backstory and how you got involved?
Well, I left the Jehovah's Witnesses in 2010. Lots of things happened in my life. And then the Foundation Against Watchtower Shunning was asking me to give some support. So I was immediately ready to move from Belgium towards Holland and sustain the whole group there. So we have a separate WhatsApp group, and we brainstormed about what can we do in Amsterdam, thanks to Jonas, who mentioned that there was a visit of our dear friend Stephen Lett, a member of the governing body. So it was in the utmost moment to protest. And I must say that for me, it was the very first time in my career as an activist to protest. So it was something very special. So I was glad that so many people came up and supported each other in protesting against Watchtower Shunning, violating human rights, violating children's rights, and so on. So the whole group was completely there almost. And what we did in the WhatsApp group was brainstorming about what should be on the banners. So finally something came out, and 3 enormous banners were created I asked my company's marketing guys to create something with the pictures and the text I gave them. And I believe it was something nice that the most of us liked.
Yeah, we're going to try and pull up those pictures. I don't know if Diana was able to. Were you able to share your desktop, Diana, to share those pictures?
Yes, I'll just I put them in the file, but they don't show. So I put them on your website, Laurie. So I'll
But
pull
it's
them
good to
up.
know. It's good to know that behind the scenes, the foundation of Watchtower against Watchtower Shunning, who is run by Henry Dahlem. He did a lot of work to get the authorities on our side, and it was very nice to see that even the directors of the Johan Cruyff Arena and also the city of Amsterdam and the police of Amsterdam was very cooperative. They joined us to show us the way to the place where we would have to be. And they said even come a little bit closer, so they were very supportive. It was very nice to work together with them, and that's thanks to the foundation we have in Holland.
Nice. Thank you. I want to share that picture. Give me one quick second here. There we go. Let's see. Oh, is that? Oh, Diana, you got one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You put it there. So you want to this? So this is the professional design that you worked on, right, Patrick?
Yeah, that was during the check. We were one day before we were checking the whole thing that is in front of my house. So there were only 2 banners, but in reality, on the job itself, it was 4 banners.
Very
Yes.
nice.
Can I show the banners?
Yeah.
So this. Yeah, so here you can see how big it was.
Very professional.
And this is what it says. So shall I read what's? So this is about
please.
this is about children's baptism, and this one is about here you can see child leave. So I'll just read what it says. So the top one, it says JW.org violates children's rights. Baptized as a minor, big chance to be banned instead of to be bonded. Who will protect these children? And the bottom one says, this one, JW.org violates human rights. Declare imposed social death. Suffering for all involved. How much longer? So that was this one. And this is the other one. So this one caught the eye of a lot of witnesses.
I bet.
Warm welcome, Mr. Stephen Lett. When will you welcome and recognize victims of sexual child abuse? And this one says, JW.org violates children's rights. Stop parental alienation in the name of God. Dad or mom is not in the hands of Satan. So that's
Very
what
nice. Very nice. Okay. Well, thank you. Well, we can bring the pictures back up too.
Yeah.
So let me see. How do we get back to? I like this one better. Okay. So anything else you wanted to add, Patrick? We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, but
Just to give you an idea and to avoid that I'm the one who did the whole thing, there were even volunteers to pay for the whole thing. So I got an email today. Please send us the invoice for the costs you made for the whole thing. So anyone who is able to do something did what he or she could do.
Thank you. Okay, so next let's hear from Hadessa from Holland, right? You're from Holland, right?
I'm from Holland, yes.
So tell us a
Hello,
little bit
I'm
about your
Hadessa.
backstory.
Okay, I was born and raised as a Jehovah's Witnesses. When I was 18, I was kicked out because I went to the police because of my uncle and aunt who sexually abused me for 10 years as a little child. And it's because they don't like it. You don't go to the worldly court to set your brother or your sister in a bad daylight. Also, Jehovah in a bad daylight. So I was mouth shut for 30 years. My father died in 2017. So there was a little bit space for me to come out with my story as a sexual child abuse victim. And since then, I'm reclaiming my voice over and over again. And I'm also working now, I think, for 2 years with SAWS, with the Foundation Against Watchtower Shunning, as an apostate. So I was also there in Amsterdam with the protest. And I will continue to reclaim my voice over and over again. But the gas pool needs to be broken open. Yeah.
I like the way you say
That's my
apostate.
story.
You make it almost sound like a nice thing. And also you
I'm
were
not nice in their eyes.
That's okay. We're all in the same boat. And you also were on a, I think it was a video that Lloyd Evans did, or a documentary or something?
Yeah, a documentary. Yes, by Lloyd Evans on Reclaim Voices, Survivors Speak Out. You can see it on YouTube. It's still standing on YouTube. And I work together with him with a lot of other victims with Reclaimed Voices. It's also a foundation from the Netherlands, but it's not working anymore.
Okay.
But if you want to look for that documentary, it's Reclaimed Voices, Survivors Speak Out.
Okay, great. And maybe if someone...
And I did a lot of work on TV, national TV. Yeah.
And if anyone in the chat can find a link to that Reclaimed Voices, that'd be appreciated if you could look that up and share it. Okay, thanks, Hadessa. Heidi,
Yes.
what's your story?
In 2007, I discovered that the Watchtower organization changed the baptism questions, and I couldn't believe it. So I started doing my research, and I saw a lot of dirt. And I said to my husband, I don't want to belong to this dirt anymore when it comes to child sexual abuse, the war investments, the porn investments, the cigarette investments, the Malawi, Mexico scandal. I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it. And I just said, I can't be part of this. And in 2017, we wrote our disassociation letter. And in 2019, I was approached by a radio station in the Netherlands, and they asked me to give an interview. And they also asked me if I can ask other ex-Jehovah Witnesses to join me doing this interview. But it was very difficult because people were very afraid to come in the open and tell their story. But I did, and during the broadcast of that radio interview, Patrick was on it as well, which was quite funny because we didn't know about it. and also a girl called, I can't remember her name. Her mom was a Jehovah Witness. She grew up as a Jehovah Witness. We were only the three of us doing this interview. And a few weeks later, I got a mail from Henry Darlem that there's going to be a meeting in Arnhem. Everybody that's interested to come there, ex-Jehovah Witnesses, and just have a discussion about what are we going to do about this shunning of the Jehovah Witnesses. So me and my husband, we went there, and I said straight away, I am going to stay here and I am going to fight this shunning procedures. And my husband isn't like an activist, he doesn't like it. But I said yes from day one, and I am still here. And I will not run away. I will still fight till the day I die. Maybe the shunning might never stop. I don't know. I really hope so. But I will fight until it stops. And then, as I said before, I joined Henry Darlem with everything we do. We go to the politics. We speak to ministers. We had a signature. We had more than 1,000 signatures we gathered from all over the world, because I am in Facebook groups all over the world. And I ask everybody, all the ex-JWs, please sign this petition. And we went to Parliament as well, and we gave it to Parliament. And very fortunately, there's one representative. His name is Van Nispen, Michael Van Nispen, and he's he's with us, and he fights with us, and he's listening to us, and that's a political way we do now as well. And then, of course, there's Amsterdam. Stephen Lett came to Amsterdam, and Jonas made us aware of this. And I thought, well, this must be a joke, because is he really coming? Why don't we, as Dutch people, don't know this first? Why must a Norwegian person know this at first? But he was talking the truth, and he got his information from a PIMO, as far as I can remember. And then we needed the dates from when is he coming, because it's top secret, of course. The Jehovah Witness will not tell us. But finally, we got the dates and everything, and then it all started. So it was a very, very, very busy 3 months for all of us, because we had to have permits. We had to talk to the mayor, to the police. I can't tell you. We were all dead tired when it all was done. All the protest was done that Saturday, the 20th. We were glad we went home. Yes, but it was a great success. Yes. And also to motivate ex-Jehovah Witnesses to join us, because people are still afraid. You know, they might get noticed by family members, or they are still afraid. Because the TV was there as well, the newspapers were there as well. We were very important that day as activists, and we noticed people are still afraid to come out and protest. We also have one person who went there, and is inactive, and an elder saw him, and the elder immediately phoned him afterwards and asked him, what were you doing there? So, and people are afraid. But I was like that as well. And but I'm not afraid of them anymore. I want that shunning to stop, and I want that child sexual abuse to stop. And what I want is that this governing body must apologize, just like the Pope did. Sorry, we did it wrong. That's what I want. And I want that shunning to stop, because like Hadessa, she's punished twice. First, it is the sexual abuse. They called her a liar. It couldn't be true. That type of thing. And then when she did go to the authorities, they disfellowshipped her. So she's been punished twice, and that must stop. That's my goal.
Great.
And now we are preparing another big event, but I will tell you that later on.
Okay.
Laurie?
Yes.
I have the video of the member of parliament.
Okay, let's show that after we let Jonas share his backstory. Last but not least, Jonas. You're muted. There you go.
Howdy, heretics. So I loved being a Jehovah Witness, and I still love the Jehovah Witnesses, and I see no reason why the governing body should come between me and my love for my former brothers. And you see one of the signs here I use for protesting. It says, how to do this now. There is support if you want to leave, and a big heart. And I have a shitload of other signs. I invest more and more every year. But they're non-confrontational, like this one. Just say, UN Convention of the Rights of a Child. And hashtag all religions must. So I had 12 protests. And when I found out there will be something in Amsterdam, I thought, this is a perfect, quick protest. And I tried to find someone that could help me organize. And then I met these people. And basically, my whole idea with this protest was to network, meet more people, because we get more done when we work together, and not a lot of ego people fighting, and also when we focus on human rights, because it covers everything from child abuse to lack of education. But also it's not non-confrontational, because I'm a happy person. After I left the Jehovah Witnesses, I'm getting happier and happier every day. And that's because my happiness comes from inside. I don't need the governing body to apologize to me. I'm happy anyway. And the way, like I protested many times, and the first time they were super, super stressful. You have to plan, you get nervous. But when you've done it and you have a system how to do it, it's actually quite easy. You just stay away from the rookie mistakes and the drama, because there are some drama people that want to show up every time. But when you have secular protests, they're more reasonable people normally. But it's fun. And I'm actually planning a crime, and it's AD that gave me the idea for that. Should I tell about it?
You're planning a crime?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us.
Well, you know that shunning is legal. I think shunning should be legal. I don't want anyone to talk to me because the government said they must. That would be ridiculous. You know, if the government tell me that I have to be friend with Patrick, that would ruin the friendship. You know, it should be voluntarily. What should be illegal is the extortion element. If Jehovah Witnesses say that you broke the rules, so you're no longer welcome at the Kingdom Hall, that's relevant. Of course they should do that. But to say that my mother can't talk to me, that is punishing her for something that I did.
Yeah.
And maybe she wants to talk to me, but then she will be shunned from. That's the legal element, the extortion. If you work in McDonald's and you spit in the fries, you will be fired. That's relevant. That's legal. That's not extortion. But if McDonald's would say that you can no longer talk to your mother, and your mother cannot talk to you, and you can't meet the other employees after business hours, that is irrelevant for the case and therefore illegal. That is extortion. However, the idea I came up with now is that since shunning is legal, and the government, it's correct when they say shunning is legal because they don't know the depth of it, how it's organized, because it's the element of organization and mandatory and the blackmail thing that makes it illegal. But now if it's legal for Watchtower to shun me, I have a dog hotel, I'm a small business owner. So I'm thinking about putting up a sign that says, no dogs, no Jehovah Witnesses. That would be a crime. But I'm thinking about doing that because as it is today, Jehovah Witnesses as an organization can be shunning me. Can I, as a business owner, shun them?
That's a very interesting distinction.
Yeah, because law is not black and white like Jehovah Witness thinks. There are all these layers. Like I said, shunning should be legal. Shunning should be legal. But when it turns into extortion, then it should not be legal.
Yeah,
and also discrimination should not be legal.
Yeah,
I
we're
think it
not
should be
after
illegal for
compelled
me to
speech.
put up a sign that says no dogs, no Jehovah Witnesses. I think that should be illegal. But on the other hand, if Jehovah Witnesses are allowed to shun me, why should I not be allowed to shun them? So I'm thinking about committing a crime in order to put
To make a
it
point.
back on the agenda.
All right. Well, we'll
But
make sure someone.
I know the minister in the Netherlands, he said that shunning should be legal. So then I think we should address him and ask, would it be legal for Patrick Hayek there in his business to put up a sign that says, no Jehovah Witnesses allowed in this business?
All right. So you got involved with this group from a different country. You saw an opportunity, and how long did it take to organize this for this one event in Holland? 3 months
Well,
to a year?
Well, I wanted to organize it, but then they said they wanted to do it, and I don't really have so much of an ego that I must spend hours to plan things if they want to do it. So they did all the work. I just showed up and waved my signs, and we had fun.
Yeah, it did look like you had fun. I haven't seen a smile on Diana's face that big.
It is fun to protest. It's super fun.
And either you're
Because-
really tall or she's really short.
Yeah.
Okay, so Diana, you wanted to share a video?
Yes, from the member of parliament.
Okay, I don't see your.
No, not. Oh, wait. I have to present. Share screen. Even kijken, wat is dit? Zoeken. Oh, yes.
And don't forget to share the volume.
Do I have to share the volume?
I don't know. Maybe you don't have to with StreamYard. Try it. I know you're doing Zoom.
Okay. Wait a minute. So, even kijken hoor. This is going a little slow.
Van
Oh.
Dan over de misstanden binnen de gemeenschap van Jehovah's getuigen. Vanaf vandaag is de documentaire Jehovah van God los te zien. Het is heftig, het is indrukwekkend en het maakt duidelijk hoe slecht er met mensen wordt omgegaan binnen de gemeenschap van Jehovah's getuigen. En dat moet stoppen. Vrijheid van godsdienst betekent niet dat je je aan de wet kunt onttrekken. We moeten er zijn voor de slachtoffers, daarom de volgende motie. De Kamer gehoord de beraadslaging. Overwegende dat binnen de gemeenschap van Jehovah's getuigen misstanden plaatsvinden, zoals het intern afdoen van seksueel misbruik en het ontmoedigen hier aangifte van te doen, en het sociaal doodverklaren van mensen die uit de gemeenschap van Jehovah's getuigen stappen met ernstige psychische gevolgen. Constaterende dat diverse onderzoeken in het verleden niet tot structurele veranderingen hebben geleid. Spreekt uit dat de wet geldt voor iedereen en dat een beroep op vrijheid van godsdienst of levensovertuiging niet met zich meebrengt dat er vrijheid is om seksueel misbruik onder het tapijt te vegen en intern af te doen. En dat de vrijheid van godsdienst juist ook met zich meebrengt de vrijheid om niet langer te geloven of deel uit te maken van een geloofsgemeenschap. Verzoekt de regering te bezien wat er concreet gedaan kan worden voor slachtoffers van deze misstanden van misbruik en sociaal doodverklaren en met voorstellen naar de Kamer te komen. Verzoekt de regering voorts naar effectieve manieren te zoeken om deze praktijken binnen besloten gemeenschappen te stoppen om nieuwe slachtoffers te voorkomen. Dank u wel.
Dank u wel, meneer Van Nispen.
Nice. I'm glad you have those subtitles on there.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah. So earlier when we were talking, we were bringing out that the main purpose is human rights and children's rights, like, because they go together, right? Children's rights are human rights. But so the focus seemed to be two-pronged, what I was seeing for the making awareness of the child sexual abuse practices and how it's handled in the organization, and also about the shunning side. Did anyone want to speak about the response that you got to either of those issues?
Well, if I can say something, a week before this minister of the parliament said something in the parliament, me and the chairman, Henry Darlem, went to him. He invited us to come because on that day they discussed this child sexual abuse in general, and we had a little tea break, and he came to us and he said to us, it's very disgusting what the Jehovah Witnesses are doing, and he will fight for us, and he did put the motion in at the second chamber. It's like the parliament, and the whole parliament accepted this motion, so they're going to investigate it. And it's not only the Jehovah Witnesses, it's actually all sects that has done with the sexual abuse and shunning. So, and of course, the human rights of children, because a child cannot decide at 9 years old, I'm going to become a Jehovah Witness. And when he turns 19 and something happens, says something, he does something wrong, or she does something wrong and gets the fellowship. A child at the age of 9 cannot decide to make such a big decision for life, because when you get baptized, it's a decision for life. And
Yes.
and that's why I'm so happy with this man. He's so great, and he's with us, and every time there's something that's been discussed, he will inform us, and then me and Henry and sometimes Hadessa or other people, we go there and we sit there and we listen, and wonderful. Really, we are so wonderful that the politics are with us.
That's great. There, we got Jonas back. So now, sometimes when people hear, oh, there's a protest, they think it's maybe yelling. I know lately in the United States, we're having a lot of that happening at school campuses. What kind of protest was this that you guys put on? I'm assuming it was more gentle and peaceful. Who'd like to speak about that?
Well,
Yeah, it was a
Jonas.
quiet. Huh? Yeah, it was a quiet protest.
Mm-hmm.
So no yelling, no screaming, just only with the banners and the flyers, and then we see that people are looking what is written on the banners. So if you are loud and noisy, you put them away, and when you are quiet, just the written words. That was.
Did
in
any of
Amsterdam.
the leadership of Watchtower try and come and stop you, or create like that wall of people like they've done before?
Nope.
Why do you think they didn't do it this time?
They were not allowed to.
Ah, how'd that
They were
happen?
not allowed. It was actually. Can I speak? Because others can also
Sure.
speak if they like.
Oh, you can speak if you want.
Our chairman went to the police to ask their permission for this protest, because we needed permission. And the lady he spoke to saw the documentary about all the child abuse and the shunning and everything, and she was very impressed. And she said, I am on your side. I'm really on your side, because this is very, very bad that's happening inside this organization. So she organized that a few police officers walked along with us, because we had a 25-minute walk from a train station to the Johan Cruyff Arena stadium. And when we got there, it was raining and it was hailing and it was windy and we got all wet. It was terrible. It wasn't nice at all. We were wet. And then she said, I can see you behave. I can see you have no anger in you. You are really nice people. You go and stand under the umbrellas, and the umbrellas were right at the entrance of where all the Jehovah Witnesses went in. So the Jehovah Witnesses didn't like that. But she also said to us, they were not allowed to circle us, but we were also not allowed to bother them. So if that was the respect for both sides, and that's what happened. But I really laughed at Jonas, because he's quite funny at times. When the Jehovah Witnesses walked past us, he wished them a good convention. He said to them, I wish you a good convention. And then all of a sudden they had a big smile. Oh, Thank you so much. But we are used to that because they normally look at us or they ignore us or they don't like us. Some did, of course, but when Jonas said to them, I wish you a good convention, everybody was smiling. So he did say something, but it was very nice what he said.
Yeah.
But
Very good.
yeah, it was a successful protest. Very successful.
Yes.
So how much did you have to get, like a special permit?
Yes. What our chairman did as well, he went to speak to the mayor and all the people that's got influence in Amsterdam, in the what do you call it? As help me eens even.
City Council.
The council, yes. And he had a 5-minute speech talking to them, you know, what shunning is and how bad it is and how it influences children and other people. As said, he also talked to the police about it. It was well known, and as said, the TV was there as well, before, after, during. It was great. It was really great, but we needed a lot of permits because we started our protest at Duivendrecht, which is next to Amsterdam, and we needed the permit there. We needed a permit for Amsterdam. You know, we needed the permit from the police. It was and even Patrick needed a permit to park his van and his trailer there. It wasn't just you can put your car there and the van and okay, now everything must be. We had to have a permit for everything we did, and we succeeded. Last minute, we succeeded.
Great. So if someone wanted to get involved in this, what would you recommend? I heard someone mention there was a WhatsApp group for Amsterdam. Are there other like general WhatsApp groups for trying to start something like this in their city? Jonas?
So I'm trying to organize more protests. I was planning a shitload of protests when Corona hit, but then after Corona last year, I organized protests in Sweden, Denmark, Norway. I organized a lot because when you know how to do it, it's not that difficult. And so if someone wants to organize a protest, call me, and I can go through the list, and I can give a lot of advice. And we will have protests in London this year, but I also want to have in Tampa and Philadelphia.
I think your microphone's a little wonky, Jonas. Are you guys having a hard time hearing them?
It is?
Yeah, it's like real, like breaking up, scratchy.
Was it better before?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have a goat in your lap, do you?
No. Let's see now if I can put this on again. Yeah. Is it better?
Keep talking.
Can you hear me?
It sounds the same. Did you switch the microphone?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but not. It's still scratchy.
Oh,
You might have to switch your microphone.
okay.
But we can hear you. We'll make do if.
But anyway, okay, I try to do my best. So I use the hashtag all religions must respect human rights. That's what we've changed in the Norwegian legislation. And the good thing is with that easy concept, I can walk into any European country and present my message, because I just want you to change the legislation so it says that all religions must respect human rights. And it makes sense, and politicians listen to me. So it's a really easy concept to sell to politicians. I've never heard anyone that disagree about it. And then also you need, especially as a man, I can't have a protest and tell women, this is your opinion, this is what you should tell people. Then they will say, you're worse than an elder, you know. So when we focus on human rights, everyone gets to tell their story because everyone is human. So like these signs here that says, UN Convention of Human Rights, of Rights of a Child. It's not even a statement, so the Jehovah Witnesses are not scared. But if someone walk up to you, then I just flip them, and these are all the things that Watchtower violate. Everything from education to safeguarding, and children have much more rights than grown-ups.
Mm-hmm.
So we protest that way. The witnesses smile, the apostates get to see their thing. The only people that don't like me is that sometimes someone I want to protest the war in Ukraine and capitalism and feminism and vaccines and flat earth and all of that, but that's not really what we protest. But everything Watchtower do that is wrong is a human rights violation. And when Watchtower do human rights violation, they don't violate only the rights of apostates, they also violate the rights of Jehovah Witnesses, because they are humans. So we don't protest against the witnesses. We protest pro the Jehovah Witnesses.
Very
and
good
with that
distinction.
approach, and I explained that to witnesses, they love me. Because, you know, when you walk up to someone with confidence and love, they treat you the same way back, you know. So I walk up to them and I say, hello, I'm an apostate. And then we take it from there. And it's very, very rare that someone refuses to talk to me, even if I start a conversation with, hello, I'm an apostate.
That's pretty bold.
And I never tried to wake up people, but I got a lot of messages from people that woke up, and they didn't wake up because I had some kind of smart sentence. Aha! Did you know that 607? No, they just woke up because I was nice.
Very
so
good.
when they run into problem later in life, they were not afraid of going online. But especially for the children, because they're told that everyone on the outside is evil. I was told when I was a kid it was a torture chamber in school. All my classmates had a plan to kill me. You know, they give you phobia to stay in the cult. And that is a crime against the child. But we can give children the knowledge that they have the right to do their own research. One of my big signs, two of them actually says, children have the right to do their own research. And it's a very, very, very good sign, because the parents would often point at the sign and say, that's correct, that's what we do in Kingdom Hall. But what the parents actually do is reading the sign and explaining to the children that the apostate sign is correct.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Now,
So,
I would like to say something as well. We have a ex-JW mother, and her husband is a Jehovah's Witness, got 3 children, and they got divorced. One, the eldest son doesn't want to talk to his mom anymore. He's shunning her very badly, but she's got two small children, and one of these kids, the girl, sent her mom a text that on Instagram on the 20th of April, her mom received a text. Mom, I'm so afraid to go to the Amsterdam arena because apostates are going to stand there and they are going to scream. I'm so afraid. And so they were even warning people on Instagram about the apostates going to protest there in Amsterdam and that we are going to make a hell of a lot of noise. But this ex-Jehovah's Witness mom, she did quite well, and she just said to her daughter, listen, it's not going to be screaming or whatever. These people just want to see their family. That's why they're standing there. They want to see their family. Mm-hmm. And I asked her later on, what did your daughter see us? And she hasn't noticed us at all. So that's why the Jehovah's Witnesses works as well. You know, warn them for the apostates, warn them for the protests. I could see that when we were standing there, many didn't even want to look at the billboards, or they looked the other way. But that's the way we were taught. I did that the same when I was in. I didn't even look at the apostates and their literature, and now I'm holding them and showing them. That's also why the Watchtower works, through children, making them afraid via Instagram. Because it is sad. I was really shocked when I heard that. Really, it's not. It was sad. They make the children afraid.
That's why I like your approach, because they're looking to say we're being persecuted, see? And by you not, and all the things that they're told not coming true, and how can you fault people who care about kids and are not wanting kids to be, sexually abused, or that it's reported, or, it being about love. So I really applaud everyone's approach there. Jonas?
Yeah, I just want to say that I've been to 12 protests, and this was, so I'll talk about how the witnesses react now. The first protest in London, the witnesses thought we were aggressive, and there was a lot of aggressive people there, so I can't blame them for that. It was a bad approach, I would say, but it was a good experience anyway. And this time, I don't think we did anything wrong, but we didn't have the time to win them over. If you would have given me a little more sunshine, less rain, and 2 more days, they would have hugged us. I know this from experience, but it was obvious when I spoke to Jehovah Witnesses. They were like this from the first second when I spoke to them. So they had been primed that there would be some angry apostates there. I never experienced that kind of hostility from first second, as I did in Amsterdam. It was not that we did anything wrong. It was like Eddie say, they had this, they had been warned. But if this would have been a 2-day convention, then we would have won them over, and for 2 reasons. One, we get more time, so they get to see us, and the rumors spread. Like, are they angry? No, they are quite nice.
Yeah.
But second, when Jehovah Witnesses are at the convention, and that's why we have to do Tampa and Philadelphia, especially when it's a special convention, because then everyone is super happy. And try to be super angry and super happy at the same time. It's not possible. You can't be. Imagine if you have a party and you're super happy and you walk out and there's a group of Canadians there with a Canadian flag and they're happy and they wave at you. What do? You don't know why they're there, but you can't be angry at Canadians. They're just happy. And the same with us. If the Jehovah Witnesses are happy, that's why it's so cool with special conventions, because everyone is super happy. We're happy. No conflict, human rights. I literally get hugs in public from attendants.
Wow. That's amazing. So do you guys hand out pamphlets, or do you display an email address or a phone number that people could call and they write down and contact you later? What's your approach for trying to have people be able to reach out to you after?
Well,
Diana?
we had a box with folders, pamphlets. At the end, I saw it was still in the car.
Okay, so you do recommend pamphlets with contact info?
But that's because of the main goal of the Foundation Against Watchtower Shunning was drawing attention to the media, to the press, to politicians, and even to ex-JWs who feel alone. It's very important to know that there are at least so many ex-JWs as there are JWs in Holland and in any other country. So we want to let them know you are not alone, and we are organizing to change laws. As Jonas pointed out, there is nothing wrong with shunning. Just imagine I'm cheating someone of you, then you have the right to say, Patrick, this was very, very bad from you. I shun you for the rest of my life. That's your personal right.
Mm-hmm.
What we are focusing on is the mandated shunning, the obligation to shun someone for whatever reason. And that's an organizational bullying activity. So for that reason, we already organized with all other activists, not to all other, but to many activists worldwide. And we have a website, www.shunningisacrime.org. And we have connections with especially professional people in universities, people in legislation worldwide, and we are collecting data to let's see to politicians, to courts, international courts, civil courts, criminal courts, that the damage caused by mandated shunning is so gigantic that there has to be done something. But the damage is something people do not talk about. Why is that? Because you have the same effect as with domestic violence. With the domestic violence, nobody sees the damage that is caused by it, but it is there, and it is worse than a broken arm or a blue eye. It is a damage that cannot be measured. If we speak out and speak about our experience, about the suffering that was caused by the mandated shunning, then we can give people a reason to see that there is a real problem and something needs to be done. So on the website of shunningisacrime.org, people can tell their story. They can tell, look, this is what happened to me. They can follow all the questions that are on the list, and they can fill it out. We are in a far stadium of a huge investigation, a huge research project that will be led by professionals at the University of London from Roehampton. And we are looking forward for the start of this. And this will bring out a lot of suffering and damage that is caused by mandated shunning. So we gather more and more professional people that see the difference between excommunication and shunning and mandated shunning. Every organization has the right to excommunicate people because they violated some rules or for whatever other reason. But going to the mandated shunning is a bridge too far, and they are violating laws, human rights laws. For instance, the human rights tell that humans have the right, have the freedom of religion, that is a human right. But what Jehovah's Witnesses do is stealing and claiming freedom of religion. And they claim they have freedom of religion, and in fact, it are the members of Jehovah's Witnesses who have freedom of religion. But by claiming it as an organization, they violate Article 30, where it states that no person, no state, no organization has the right to interfere in the rights of humans, as described above that. So we are insisting that the law is adjusted towards individuals who have freedom of religion. They have the right to leave a religion or leave the ideology of an organization without being punished. They can be excommunicated, but there is a real distance between being excommunicated and being shunned under a law that is called mandated shunning. So for that reason, the group, our WhatsApp group, is called Mandated Shunning is a Crime. So we believe that we should continue to change laws and make it impossible for organizations like Jehovah's Witnesses, because there are a lot more organizations who practice mandated shunning and make a lot of victims as well. So we think it must be stopped, and we will be able to improve all the, well, let's make the world a better place. That's the short.
Thanks, Patrick. Jonas?
Yeah, so they changed the rules now, so my parents could, well, I'm an apostate, so but let's say I had committed a normal sin like watching porn or something, and which apostates don't do, then he would be allowed to say, hello, Jonas, I would like you to go to the Kingdom Hall with the new rules. So you're a mother, imagine if you could talk to your kid for the first time for 10 years. Would the first thing you would say would come to church? And that's the only thing. It's obvious that it's not her choice. I guess there's a shitload of things she would like to talk to me about. But now she is allowed to talk to me, but she's only allowed to invite me to a geographical location controlled by the governing body. So obviously that's not her choice. She would much rather ask me a question about her grandchild, you know? So it's obviously what Patrick say. It's not like my mother make the personal choice to shun me. She makes the personal choice to obey the governing body, but you know, the governing body literally say that she can talk to me, but about one thing only, and that is go to a location that the governing body control. So it's not legal shunning. It's organized extortion, and I use the word extortion when I talk about shunning, because that's what it is.
Yes, I agree.
And a good thing to remember is that the victims are not only the ex-JWs. Jehovah's Witnesses themselves are victims of the mandated training too.
Yeah.
There are lots of people who miss their children, lots of people who miss their grandchildren because they are separated by the mandated training. And I know lots of Jehovah's Witnesses who are on the antidepressants to cope with the depression they have as a result of being obliged to shun their beloved ones.
Are there any other websites or emails you guys want to share with the audience that might want to reach out to you? I put in the shunningisacrime.org.
There is also openmindsfoundation.org. Open Minds Foundation is especially focusing on young people who are not connected to Jehovah's Witnesses, but we are focusing on education in schools and warn people from coercive control, for lots of cultic characteristics. So if young people go there, they will see that the danger of being mentally manipulated is very realistic. And I'm happy to be a board member of it. And it's under the guidance of Open Minds Foundation that the shunningisacrime.org is expanding. So we are very busy, both international and Holland, Belgium, to combat the cultic characteristics of all kinds of organizations, and included Jehovah's Witnesses.
That's great. Heidi?
What we also do quite often is the activists go to Bethel.
Oh.
We want to go into dialogue with Bethel, with the leaders of Bethel, and we did this quite a few times already.
Wow.
And then we ring the bell because they've got, of course, big gates around the compound. You can't go in there just like that. So we ring the bell, and then our chairman introduced himself, and he said he's got a letter, and the letter is like, we want to go into dialogue with them. And that was on a Saturday the first time. And then they say, well, they are closed, they don't work on Saturdays. They won't open the gate. And then our chairman said, but you come to our doors on Saturday, so why can't we knock onto your door on a Saturday? And but they wouldn't open the gate. So what we did is we went and we jumped over the gate and we went to their front door. But they refused to take the letter, and instead of talking to us, they phoned the police. And the police came and they arrested our chairman, and he went to the police station, and they had a few questions, and they gave him a cup of tea and a cake, and after 45 minutes he was out again. And we did this now for the third time, and but every time we knock there, and we just want to deliver this letter personally to the leaders, because they sent some person, I don't know, his name is Jeroen, that's all I know, but he's not the leader there, he's not the main person there, and he will accept a letter, but we don't want him to accept a letter. We want the leaders the main person of Bethel to accept to come in dialogue with us. And we are preparing something like this again in the near future, and this will be letter number 11 already. We want to come in dialogue with them, but this advice we get from our parliament: keep going, don't, because they refuse, don't accept the letter, but we must keep going. Our lawyers tell us as well, because we've also got lawyers, carry on. And we must see, government must see that you people are busy fighting this shunning procedures of the Jehovah, fighting this sexual abuse. And I mean, we are fighting a multinational. If they've got so much money, we are such a small foundation with not a lot of members. It's costing us a fortune, and they know that. And they will go on and on forever, but it doesn't matter. We get advice. Keep on going, try to keep in dialogue. And as said, we are planning again for August to go and visit them again.
What about an open letter?
Oh, they had a lot. They had one as well.
Okay.
And and they even have to sign it when they receive the letter. And then we go there and we tell them, if you don't respond to the letter, we will be coming then on Saturday afternoon and we will bang on your front door again. And that's what we do. But we are very clever. We also ask the media to come and talk to us and take interviews and everything. But the last time, it was 3 days before Amsterdam, we thought, well, we must be clever. Maybe we can talk to Stephen Lett because he's there at Bethel. So we rang the bell and they came to the gate and they opened the gate, but he just said, we don't feel the need, or the leaders of the Watchtower in the Netherlands don't feel the need to talk to us. So he said, well, but we would like to talk to them and we would like to give the letter to the leaders, even to Stephen Lett if possible. But then they laughed and they walked away. But when but our media always asked them to just give a statement. What do they think about what we have done? So then this person said, we walked away. So he was lying, but we made a film, on video. They walked away. So they're also lying to the press now. So, and at the Amsterdam Arena as well, they were lying again. So I thought when next time we go there again and he will come to the gate again and will not accept the letter, I will tell him straight away, if you're going to talk to the press, remember John 8 verse 44, Satan is the father of the lie. I'm preparing this, I'm going to say this because it's a scripture and it's from their Bible and I'm going to mention it.
Very good.
We are fighting each and every day. Every day we have something to do with this Watchtower organization. And I love it.
Well, thank you all for your efforts. And I pray that this will motivate some here to maybe participate, whether financially or consider, standing, side to side with fellow peaceful protesters.
Maybe you in Tampa.
Go ahead, Jonas. What?
Maybe you in Tampa. If we manage to organize in Tampa, maybe you'll show up. You live there, you said.
I will show up to Tampa. That's across the state, but I'll make it work.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to organize a peaceful protest, call me, because I can give all the advice. And when we coordinate, that's why I'm trying to do my thing here, because when I walk up to politicians, they sooner or later ask, who are you, who are supporting you? And I'm saying, I'm a goat farmer from the middle of nowhere. And they listen to me because I talk a lot and I'm quite good at it. But I want, when they Google, if they search like hashtag goat hashtag all religions must, and if we have a movement, if we have momentum, we get taken much more serious.
Yes.
Then it's just single thing. That's why I went to Amsterdam to meet new people and just keep the momentum going. We need a
What's the
momentum.
best way to reach you, Jonas? Email or?
Well, I have an email, and well, if you go to my channel, you can just leave a message.
Okay, so your YouTube channel, Goat Like Personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because I'm planning, I want to have at least 5 protests this year. So Sweden, what's the capital of Czechia? No, Czech Republic. What's it called?
Prague.
Yes. There will be an international convention in Prague, and can you imagine how fun it will be to protest in Prague? And then there's some people organizing in Finland. I've been in contact with them. I'm not in charge there, obviously. And then we have in Sweden too. And then we do in London, and hopefully we get something done in Tampa and Philadelphia. It's so much fun. And they have this organization called Reclaimed Voices. When we were Jehovah Witnesses, we never stood up for ourselves, especially if you were a sister, but also for brothers. We never stood up for ourselves. So I remember the first time, it was the 10th of August, 2018. I was standing with this sign, or sign like this, just a blue sign that says European Convention of Human Rights. And that's when my life started. I celebrate my birthday, not the 26th of October, when I was born. I celebrate the 10th of August because it was the first time I spoke up. That's my birthday. That's when my life started. So I'm quite young.
Well, we've been chatting for over an hour now. Any last minute thoughts anyone wants to share, or encouragement, or?
You're not alone, and we are
Together we are strong.
Strong. We are a group, and if we must fight together, and we must try not to bring the tower down, but to change the laws inside the organization so that people at least can see their families again and stop the child abuse. Really, that's. And if you need any help, you can always contact me as well. I'm on Facebook. My name is written underneath there. I can bring you in contact because I've got Facebook groups all over the world. We've got help groups. Please join us.
Thanks,
Protest.
Heidi. Anyone else?
Yeah. I will also say you are not alone, because I'm a survivor of sexual child abuse. I'm a survivor of domestic violence also within Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm still here. Keep on going. You are worth it to live. And you are not alone. Together we are strong. And if there are people who want to contact me, please do. Well, because we have to be there for each other. It is a matter of life. And I know it. Personally, I've stand 3 times in my life on a point to play suicide, and I'm still here. So if you have to reach out for someone, you can reach out to me, you can reach out Heidi. Our names are written under you can see them. So
Thank you for your bravery and sharing your story and putting yourself out there to help others. That's really courageous of you.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're happy you didn't succeed.
Yeah, me too, after all. Yeah, so I will help a lot of people if I can.
Will there be the summer convention? Will there be protest outside the convention? I think it should be. It's super fun, especially if you can mingle, so you're not standing far away, but you can just walk around among the witnesses. Do you have any plans?
In the Netherlands, it's a problem because they've got their own convention halls now with fences around it. And I don't think we are allowed to go inside there. So if we do any protests, it would be outside and far away outside. So I think we can only have success like we are doing. Go every month to Bethel and try and give this letter to come into dialogue with them. And maybe when there is an international convention, protest at the international convention. But the situation in Holland is different. They've got their own convention halls now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one idea you had, Jonas, where you said you parked yourself right next to an ice cream truck. So people
in London, we protest there many times, and the place where we protest is close to the ice cream truck. So everyone that wants to go out and have a sneak a peek, they just go and have an ice cream. But before that, take a look at this. So people would go. I remember one woman. She would go with. She was pretending. A lot of people were pretending taking selfies, while in fact they were taking pictures of our signs. So a lot of people are curious. So in the London protest, it's super fun if you go to London, and we just stand there waving, and the witnesses are outside, but they go up and talk to us.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you're there because you love them. It's not just for your rights. You're actually fighting for their rights.
Yes, and I used to be suicidal. I used to be miserable. Now I'm super happy, and that's because I don't fight Watchtower anymore. I just show love to the rank and file. It has much more effect, and I'm much more happy. So I don't fight Watchtower. If you fight Watchtower, they are absolutely systematically lying, I would say. You get so frustrated with people that are so passive aggressive and always lying and twisting word, and that's not fun. But just being nice to the Jehovah Witnesses and help them and protect their rights makes me happy. It makes them happy, and the results are better. So I don't fight a Watchtower anymore. I'm nice to the witnesses, but must remember that this is not the only cult. We can change legislation like we did in Norway, that all religions must respect human rights, but that benefits all. I have been contacted with Muslim apostates that say, I wish I could do what you do, but I would be executed.
Yeah.
And they're not saying it like symbolically, they mean literally.
Yes. Yeah.
I met one in England, contacted me, said, actually 2 people, I've been protesting many times in England, 2 people have contacted me and said they would like to do it, but they would be executed. So there's a lot of crap. So in one way, we can be happy that we come from a peaceful cult, because it's super passive aggressive and deceitful, but they don't kill us, and we can actually walk all the way up to them and just smile and hug them and make a good argument and change legislation. And that will benefit people from other religions.
Very good. Hey, Diana, can you put the link to where you had those pictures if people want to look at them after? Put it in the chat.
Okay.
That'd be great. Well, thank you everyone so much. I really enjoyed getting to know you, and I can see why Diana was so lit up after the event and just sharing pictures, and I hope the people on our little channel here will spread the word. And I really applaud you, and I personally feel motivated to maybe stand at a protest coming up. We'll see.
Someday. Yeah.
You will
Thank
be.
you for your time and your efforts, Laureen.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I like you. I love the people inside. My husband's still a Jehovah's Witness, and fortunately my kids, I got them, I guess saved from what a lot of the young ones go through. So that has my heart about the kids, especially, yeah. And I just wish more people could have this kind of freedom of religion, as you say, Jonas. It's very important, and we don't hate them. We want everybody to, have freedom, true freedom.
Yeah, and to become aware of what's really going on in the organization. Because when I was in, I didn't see it. I heard about it, and then but you put it on the shelf because you have to wait for Jehovah.
Yeah. So we had a nice little audience. We have like about 26 on. I'm just sharing some of their comments. I don't know if you guys were able to see it during the time. Here's another lady that's a activist.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
I said a lot, but there was a guy, he came from Washington State. And he never been a Jehovah's Witness. His wife was a waitress, and she started a relationship with a Jehovah's Witness man and left him and raised a kid as Jehovah's Witnesses, and he lost his children. The point is, his pain is so much that he went all the way to the Netherlands to protest.
Yeah.
It's a long trip. You know, if it would be a small pain, you would not go that far. That's my point. He went all the way from Washington State, but I had got some messages now from some people in Washington State that wanted to organize a protest. So maybe there will be one in Washington State. And then you can meet our friend Scott that was protesting in Amsterdam. It's a long trip. I think he deserves some mentioning.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, very good. I'm going to end on Kenneth's statement and what you guys said before. We are all getting stronger together, and hopefully we can help others that are suffering inside to get a little relief. They are starting to make some changes to the rules. Hopefully this can be added to it where it's, true freedom of speech instead of you can only invite them to the Kingdom Hall. That would be lovely to be able to resume some friendships with those that we're not able to right now. So,
Laura, can I say one thing?
Yes, please, Diana.
So there is a new documentary, and Hadessa also worked with this documentary. But I have a trailer, and it has English subs. Maybe I can show it.
Sure.
It's been very well received. So I drive a taxi, and I had someone in the taxi who saw it. She said it was very, very intense, but very good that people know what's going on in there.
Are you sharing it? I don't see it.
Yeah, I have to look it up.
I know you can't talk and click at the same time.
Click, click.
Oh yeah.
There, I see it. Okay.
Can you see it?
It's just blue.
Oh,
there we go.
All right. Even kijken. What is this?
Ik denk dat mensen...
Wait, I have to... I can't get rid of this. Oh, here.
Ik denk dat mensen helemaal niet zo'n beeld hebben van Jehovah's getuigen.
Alles wat geen Jehovah's getuige is, dat moet dood. Daar moet de aarde van gereinigd worden.
En wat er zich daar echt binnen afspeelt, dat weten veel mensen gewoon niet.
Het kerkgenootschap ligt onder vuur, omdat ze misbruikzaken niet melden bij de politie.
Mijn inschatting is dat er in elke gemeente van Jehovah's getuigen 1 pedoseksueel zit.
Oh. Er schijnen ook naaktfoto's van te zijn.
En van lieverlee is dat uitgegroeid tot echt seksueel kindermisbruik. Er mag geen enkele vorm van contact zijn met uitgesloten personen.
Voor iedereen besta je gewoon niet meer.
Je familie, kinderen, alles wat je lief is, dat valt weg.
Er zijn gevallen bekend met mensen dat niet aankonden. En vervolgens leidde dat soms tot zelfmoord.
Nice.
Yes, it's very intense.
When's that coming out? That's a documentary?
Yes, but it's on a video land. It's not on TV, but a lot of people have this app on TV. And it was premiered on 13th of March of this year.
Okay, cool. we'll look for that too. All right. Well, that's a wrap, everyone. Thank you. God bless you. And I pray blessings on all of your efforts, that awareness can be raised and the youth can find a place to go, like Patrick brought out, and, onward and upward. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.